Hello grade 8s and welcome to the answer series videos based on our study guides. In this video we will look at a worked question on photosynthesis and respiration now that you have studied both of these chemical processes in detail. So let's look at this typical exam question. Two important chemical processes occur in living organisms that cycle gases and energy in the environment. The diagram below shows the gases released by a house cat and a plant at night and during the day. The organelles found inside the cells of the organisms are also shown. After you've read the stem of a question, make sure to first unpack the diagrams provided. So if we look at this picture, we can see the cat and the plant that is mentioned, that we have a day and a night part of this diagram. We can see in the night part that a gas V is being absorbed by both the cat and the plant, and a gas W is being released by both the cat and the plant. During the day, a gas X is released by the plant, and a gas Y is released by the cat. And then we have organelle 1 and 2. Organelle 1 is pointing to the cat as well as the plant. Organelle 2 is only pointing to the plant. So when you analyze the information provided just in the stem of the question and the data provided, you already get a sense of what type of questions you can expect, and you've orientated yourself to where you could possibly find the answers. So pause the video, look at the questions 1 to 10 and try to provide the answers yourself before continuing on. Question 1 asks you to identify organelle 1. Now, if you remember, the two organelles involved in the chemical processes we've studied thus far is a mitochondrion and a chloroplast. So you just need to be able to recognize the structures. Remember I said that a mitochondrion has these folded inner membranes that kind of make it look like it has a zigzag pattern because it's the powerhouse of the cell. It provides energy, it provides power. So organelle 1 definitely represents a mitochondrion. Question 2. Name the chemical process that occurs inside organelle 1. So this is something that you had to learn. Recognizing organelle 1 as the mitochondrion means that you should also remember that that organelle is responsible for respiration. Question 3. Write a word equation for the chemical process mentioned in question 2. So the word equation is something you had to study as well to remember that respiration is the inverse process of photosynthesis and it's responsible for producing energy in cells. So if you at least remember that it provides energy, you know one of the products in your word equation. Remember, respiration burns a fuel, so it needs oxygen to burn the fuel, like wood would need oxygen to burn. And instead of wood being the fuel, it is glucose. And this burning process not only releases the energy that respiration produces, but also byproducts carbon dioxide and water. So that is your word equation for exam purposes. Question 4. Identify organelle 2. So if you know that organelle 1 is the mitochondrion, the only other organelle that you learnt about is the chloroplast. If you didn't know this was a chloroplast, look at the structure and recognize those folded membranes on the inside that are stacked on top of one another and look like little coins. So that's very typical of a chloroplast. Question 5. Which organelle contains chlorophyll? So chlorophyll fills the chloroplast, and remember that chlorophyll is the pigment that absorbs the light energy, allowing the chloroplast to actually perform photosynthesis. So that would be organelle 2. Question 6. Which organelle or organelles 1 or 2 is active in the plant during the night and during the day? So now you need to think about the plant. What does a plant do in the day compared to the night, and how does that impact which chemical process takes place? So, during the night for question A, there is no light available, which means the plant will not be able to photosynthesize. However, respiration can occur all the time. So the organelle that is active in the plant during the night will be organelle 1. During the day, the plant can photosynthesize because there is light available. So definitely organelle 2 will be active. But because respiration is not dependent on light and cells constantly need energy, it doesn't depend on whether it's day or night, whether the plant is in a restful state, whether the cat is sleeping. Respiration happens all the time. So both organelle 1 and 2 will be active in the plant during the day. Question 7. Explain your answer in question 6b, which is what we just did in order to get to the answer. So you'll often find that in exams, you have to think about how to get to an answer that's simple, like you just had to give the organelle number 1 and 2, and part of that thinking process is often the next question, because you need to justify how you got to the answer, writing down what your thought process was. So, light is available during the day, and the chloroplast, which is organelle 2, performs photosynthesis, which is dependent on light, or you could say it requires light energy, or it can only occur when light is available, and that's why organelle 2 was part of your answer. For organelle 1, the mitochondrion, this performs respiration, and respiration is not dependent on light, or it does not require light energy, and more importantly, cells always need energy to perform their metabolic processes. So respiration occurs all the time, day or night. So a question like this could count a number of marks because you had to explain your reasoning for choosing both organelle 1 and organelle 2. Right, question 8. Which letter or letters, V, W, X, or Y, represent carbon dioxide? Now let's start on the side which is the day. So here we can see a gas X is being used by the cat and produced by the plant. A gas Y is being produced by the cat and used by the plant. Now we just said that photosynthesis occurs during the day. And yes, it's still going to respire, it's still going to perform respiration, but a plant during the day is going to perform a greater amount of photosynthesis than respiration. So when you're approaching exam questions, focus on the fact that in the daytime, the plant will mainly photosynthesize. That's the idea here. So with photosynthesis, a plant uses carbon dioxide, and the cat, on the other hand, is only doing respiration, so it's going to produce carbon dioxide. So Y is definitely carbon dioxide. Now, if we look at the night side, we see that during the night, the cat and the plant are absorbing gas V and producing gas W. Now, both of these organisms are only performing respiration at night. No photosynthesis is involved here. So in that case, respiration produces carbon dioxide. So the gas that is being released by both of them will be carbon dioxide. So the answer to our question finally is gas W and gas Y. Question 9. Describe how you would test for the presence of carbon dioxide. So this is also work that you had to learn. You don't have to provide a long description of a whole practical. It's just how do you test whether carbon dioxide is present. It's all about the use of clear lime water, which is the indicator for carbon dioxide. And how does it indicate carbon dioxide is present? The clear lime water will turn a milky white color. Lastly, question 10, describe the importance of respiration for the cat. So here is again just a basic way of asking why is respiration important in general. And we know that the main reason respiration is important is that it provides organisms, living organisms, with energy to perform all of their metabolic processes or their life processes. Or you could give examples like they need this energy to grow, to move, to reproduce. So without respiration, life would not be possible. That's ultimately what it boils down to. So here you have a typical exam question with some low, middle, and high order questions.
If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook to stay on top of the latest TAS news and launches. So that's it for now from the Answer Series, your key to exam success.